got bits, but not for him. menu got stew and ale. Leave your axe at the door.
was not paying attention. Okay. Mr. Pizza Man, Guryev, what happened last time?
That's not how this works.
It's not how any of this works.
You can use your point of inspiration to reroll if you want.
No, it's fine. We went and talked to the orc lady. I honestly don't remember. I think the previous one was when we bought a lot of stuff and then researched, and then last time was fuck. No. The time before we
No, you were right.
I just don't remember when we went to the Raven Queen abode temple. I don't remember if that was last week or the week before.
That was the week before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we went to talk with Tusklove, the Tusk lady.
Our accountant.
Yes.
Oh my
The
god!
financial
what if that was
advisor?
your name?
What? Our accountant?
Tusk Love?
No, her name is Ara Countant.
Yeah, like that. Our accountant.
We got all of our finances squared away. Amanda tricked some girl into being her indentured servant.
That was the time before.
Oh.
And I didn't trick her. It's part of the Adventurers Guild shtick.
That was last week.
So they gifted her to me.
Wow. They gifted, huh?
She volunteered.
I need an intern. Unpaid internship.
No, the
that's what
Adventurers
she's
Guild
on.
pays them.
And and they also provide her with food and
Yes.
supplies.
We also tried to figure out how we were traversing everything. We talked to several people, and there's a lot of stuff I remember, but I don't remember in order it happened. Because I did not write it down.
There was
I
an
wrote it.
Oh, yes.
The zombie.
Yeah.
thing.
Gallantly, Guryev arrived on the scene and killed it without any assistance. And the guards decided to promote him to captain and ousted Zora as the supreme leader. That's how I remember it. It was in the middle. It was attacking people. Killed a couple. I think like 2 guards and like 5 civilians. I got detained because I told people to shut up and tried to held person on somebody who was trying to burn the body. Sent a message to Zora to get him to hurry to the crossroads that we were out so that we could protect the body so it can be investigated. The mage? Wizard? Not a warlock.
either one.
Sorcerer? Something.
Magic.
Undisclosed, magically inclined person. Said thanks. They would look into it and let us know. Gave us a sending stone. We will receive
Oh
a
no,
sending
that was Captain Zoda. Like Yoda, but with a Z. Sorry, my mouth is full of peanut butter.
Wait, I have to interrupt you even though my mouth is full of peanut butter.
I have the knowledges.
We will get the sending stone once we depart.
We did, I believe.
I thought we talked about it. I didn't know we actually already left.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
where you're at.
Yep.
And I was very sad that investigation rolls were so low because I couldn't give you information based on that.
Well, Spoilers.
It's like, I'm
On the
so
body?
excited to give you information, and then you all roll terribly. So you'll just be given it later.
By somebody else.
Yep. And yeah, you
We also got a crest.
Yeah.
We had a crest.
We tried to give back the
Oh, and we changed our name. We have an official name.
Oh yeah.
And a seal.
We're no longer the 420 Blazits.
I didn't vote on it.
We asked you to vote on it.
I'm kidding. I vote on you.
But we are
I didn't
Faerun's
vote for
eminent
you.
wardens, or we are the few.
Ha.
What is the Marines thing? Isn't it like
The
the
few,
few,
the proud,
the
the
proud, the brave?
The home,
the proud
the free.
Marines.
It's the few, the proud.
At Foothills, I remember. Every morning they'd have like student news kind of thing, but they would have ads
Channel
before
1.
then. And they had a Marines ad, and during the last image of the Marines, it'd have like a trio of soldiers in like a V formation, and the one in front would like have something in his arm, and he would twitch it around as the camera was zooming back. And so my friends and I were talking about it's the Marines, the few, the proud, the men with the shifty arms.
The meth addicts.
The meth heads. I mean, the military joke is that like Marines eat crayons and
Yep.
they're just rock for brains.
The amount of people that get married before their SO goes off to join the military is just bonkers.
I mean, yeah, I knew a few,
I knew
and
one.
they ended
He's
up
now
in divorce. Yeah, yeah, they end up divorced and they
Actually,
come
no,
back.
Two. Yeah.
Actually, I know, like, yeah, because there's 3. Because there was.
Well, speaking of Marines, you were on a boat for a while.
I'm on a boat.
Yes.
We left Cassie to deal with the estate.
Yeah.
Gwyn.
I think at this rate, you're still gonna be in Waterdeep by the time Gwyn comes back.
Okay.
it's just a lot of stuff. So you are on a boat heading towards Neverwinter, and it's a very frequent passage. This is you could decide if you wanted to be on like a merchant vessel or a passenger ship. But no matter what, your passage is free with your VIP badge, and you can decide what you want to do in this time. It takes about a week, 7 days to get from Waterdeep to Neverwinter. So, is there anything that you would like to do in this time? Let's start with Khalas.
Gosh, let me see here. I guess I dropped it behind. So I was going to see if I could just fish. But I left all of my fishing stuff behind with the beholder.
When will you
So
need
I
it?
guess I will just kind of like hey, I'll like kind of talk to the crew, see how they're doing, see if they need help. Try and learn how to manage a boat is what I would like to do. Learn how to drive a ship or run a ship.
So you want to attempted to gain proficiency in water vehicles.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll have you roll both perception and nature.
Okay. Perception. That's a 10. And nature. That's a 19.
Okay. So, in this time, you are talking to the crew, doing your best not to be in their way as they do these things, but you also manage to ask them about themselves and their interests, which include sailing a ship. And so,
Oh, you're so thoughtful.
so you managed to get pretty good graces with the crew, though you don't gain this proficiency on this trip. If you do those rolls again on your way back, you might be able to do that.
Woo! I end my turn.
Your 7-day long turn. All right, Delta, what would you like to do in this time?
Delta will. I guess kind of like she was doing in the past, do some more like water experimentation with seawater. Just, I don't know, because she can.
Did you bring enough money to put more spells into your spellbook?
Probably, yeah.
So you can do that. You have a lot of time to do so.
Okay.
You've also traveled this way before on your previous ventures.
Well, maybe they have climate change and the data is different now.
Yes.
I don't even know how many years have passed. Nobody knows. It's a secret.
I'll never tell. But you can use this time to chart out the changes, like in the stars, whether if there has been any like major corrections along the coast as well.
Yep, all that sciencey shit.
You don't need a headband of intellect. You're smart enough already. And Guryev, what would you like to do?
Well, main thing would be to see if I could maybe spend this like this time to like go hard in the books to learn language faster if possible. See if there's anyone on board that speaks. I think I said I was learning
Goblin and something, right?
yeah, but I'm trying to remember. I was learning orc first, I believe. See if there's anyone that speaks that I can maybe try to practice with.
Oh, speaking of, I guess I also will get to know my new assistant friend. Lady.
So, since you are hard pressed in the books, and there really isn't like much anything else you have to do, yeah, you can double the time in this week. So it'd be 14 days instead of 17 or 7 to get along on your training.
Put it. And then there's like, I guess I'll just, when I'm not reading, I will, I guess, go around and help some people with whatever I can easily do. Half as long. How long did it say it was supposed to be? Like 100, like
120 days.
okay. Yeah, it's gonna be what I would like to do.
All right. And you have this new person. Delta managed to snag Lena before you jumped on the boat. Just grabbed someone, took off, and so you have seen her. Khalas and Guryev, you have seen Lena, though I'm not sure what her character's like. If she's less inclined to talk to people outside of the guild, she's social.
She's somewhat social. She just is a lady of few words. So it's not that she doesn't want to talk to people, she just doesn't say a lot of once, I guess.
Would you say that she takes a part in helping the crew man the ship, or would she just like spend more time with you studying and learning about the area?
Kind of a little bit of both. I feel like she would want to be helpful, like lifting and moving stuff around when needed. Yeah. But also like talking to me some and kind of getting to know this new person that she's gonna be working with.
Out adventuring and doing her best to help the world gather these artifacts. Though she might not go too far into super dangerous stuff. She's only a trainee, but
Yep.
will do what she can.
AIT. Venture in training.
Okay, so you all do your respective tasks, occasionally breaking off for your meals, which are provided. Though people are grateful that you have taken this task of destroying these artifacts, the rule of providing free passage is still fairly new, so they're a little bit like reluctant to help freeloaders, as it were. They know that you're trying, so you manage to make it from Waterdeep up the coast, the Sword Coast, past the Mirror of Dead Men to Neverwinter.
Pretty clouds.
This place seems really fancy. Are we on a docks area?
Yes.
Okay.
The ship moves up and gets to the docks, and people start unloading cargo and people.
Oh gosh, where is it? I mean, I guess we don't know if we've been here before, huh?
You do not.
Not that we remember.
Yeah.
Delta,
So,
Delta has docked here before on her voyages, but she has not spent enough time in town to tell you where things are.
I'm just gonna kind of wander around, and I want to look for somebody who looks helpful. To ask them for like directions to, I guess the temple district, if there is one.
All right. You can.
But I would assume like maybe it'd be a guard.
Yes, you can roll kind of an investigation to find out like what you need to do to get around this place and where things are.
Okay, well, that's a 2.
Well, you see that it's a big place. It's not quite as big as Waterdeep, but it's a bit confusing. There's like a river that runs down the straight center through the town. The entire city is walled off, and the only peculiar thing you see is a floating stone, I guess a giant stone that's floating like 100 feet above the docks. But people just like pass you by, and like you try and get somebody's attention, but they just shrug you off and continue on with their busy day.
Well, I don't really know who to ask, like where to go. Have you either been here before?
Not very long at a time.
Guryev, have you been here before?
I don't think.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just kind of continue walking. I mean, I would think, any good temple area would be higher up. So, I guess we'll just try and head to higher ground.
It would be one place to start.
Or maybe an inn? Should we look for an inn? An inn would probably know.
That's probably.
Yeah, or like the marketplace.
Yeah. All right.
Some place where there's lots of people who might know what am I trying? Where everything is, I guess.
Yeah. So we're looking for either a marketplace or an inn where we could hopefully get more information.
Okay. So, you head from the docks deeper into the city, and you notice that it is like the docks are pretty well populated, but as soon as you pass through the walls into the main heart of the city, it's just jam-packed with so many people. It seems like a smaller city is just as big as Waterdeep. And I'll have Delta or Guryev roll investigation.
I can do that.
Guryev, what's your well, okay. Guryev, you have that plus to passive investigation, right?
I believe so. I mean,
Okay.
it's yeah. I have a +5 to my passive investigation.
Okay. So you got a really good passive investigation. You just like focusing on what you're trying to find, and though there aren't any obvious signs like pointing arrows pointing to what you need to find, you recognized that there are patterns in how the city is built. And this area you believe to be more of a religious area rather than a market, though there are a lot of taverns nearby. You gotta have the,
Yes, I have
patron
a
saint of partying.
I have a 19 passive investigation. The patron saint of partying.
I was talking about taverns in the religious section.
Okay. I will share what I've noticed.
Oh, okay. How does that help us?
I don't know, but it seemed important.
We're looking for like the order, right? Wouldn't they be in like a area with religious places?
I would assume so. It would either be like the Temple of Helm, or a Temple of Tyr, or gosh, what's the other god? There's like a pantheon of gods that are part of the order.
I believe it's Helm, Tyr, Torm, and
Torm, that was it. Yeah, Helm, Tyr, Torm, sometimes Ilmater. Ilmater? Ilmater?
I don't know.
But mostly it would be the three, the Helm, Torm, and Tyr. Do I see any? I guess I would also be looking out for anyone who has like a sign of the Order of the Gauntlet. They have like that symbol on their armor or shield.
so you were looking for just like temples before, and now that you found temples in general, you're looking for a specific thing?
Yes.
Okay. So now that Guryev has led you to an area that is more likely to see this, Khalas, roll religion.
That's a 10.
Okay. Oh, you don't have your
I don't have my intelligence band on.
that'd be better. Okay. So you're looking around, and
I mean, I guess I would have probably, because I'm not necessarily concerned about fighting and needing the strength, so I probably would have put it on the boat.
okay. Yeah, we give you a +4. So 14 instead of 10.
Off the gauntlets. So 14.
All right. So you're like peering around, and there are a lot of people, and there don't seem to be the specific gods you're looking for, and you're just trying really, really hard. You've come all this way, and you don't want to have to scour the city just for this one thing. So you're looking at all the temples, and out of the corner of your eye, you do see a person wearing a shield with a purple symbol of helm on it. It's a very slight glance. You probably would have missed it otherwise. But you see them walking into a temple that doesn't look to be specifically for a god. There are no statues or indications of. It just looks plain. And it doesn't look very populated as well. There are only like this one person walking in.
I'm gonna follow. I think that person was wearing the symbol of the order. Maybe if I don't recognize this temple at all, it seems to be unmarked. Odd, but maybe he would know.
I mean,
Follow.
perhaps they just want to make sure that anybody who knows something will come and share it.
Maybe. Or maybe they don't have. This was a meeting place, but I mean, their headquarters was in Baldur's Gate. They never got to set up at other branches.
Surely they've been around long enough for that.
You would
I
think,
mean,
unless they are hidden.
no, from my memory, they're not normally hidden. I mean, Vasid was constantly on the road with other members of the order.
I guess would I have? How widely spread would they be, Alex? Like, would I have known about them in the east?
The Order of the Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Though in the east you wouldn't have had as much outreach, they are definitely well known.
So yeah, I'll follow that guy into that temple.
Okay. The two of you joining me?
Yeah, I want to look around. If it's my passive perception or if my active. Look, I just want to see if there's anyone that catches my attention. That's like kind of not necessarily shadowing us, but like eye fucking us in a way, like staring us down.
Okay. You can look around and roll perception. As you peer around, the streets are much too crowded. for you to notice anything specifically. But
Okay.
it's a very busy time of day. I think it's about noon.
Okay.
And you do also notice that the other temples that are obviously marked are much more popular with people coming in and out than the one that Khalas is headed into.
Okay. I will be the last one in.
Okay.
If we're all going in.
Khalas and Delta, are you one by one? Are you side by side?
I'm following Khalas.
And is Lena with you?
Yes.
So the three ladies enter, following this mysterious armored individual with the elusive mark of helm on their shield. And as you enter past the pillars and past the open doors, you notice that it's there aren't a whole lot of signs of people being here. It looks like it's mostly abandoned, and the sign of the person that you followed is not here. This place has the structure of being a temple that was once worshipped, but it doesn't seem active anymore.
I want to look for whose temple this was. Any sign of a god or religion or books.
Are there other people as we go in, or just the guy that we followed?
There's just that one person that disappeared.
Khalas, I don't know if this is the right place.
I agree, but also, then what is this place?
Matter?
Is there any altar or anything?
You can roll another religion or investigation.
Can I roll insight? Does it feel like a place, like something's bad is happening, or does it just seem like a building that's not really used very much?
Yes, you can roll insight if you want to get the feel if somebody is watching you, or you can roll history to see if you can determine what happened.
I'm trying to look around. I don't know. I guess so with passive and active, can my if my passive is 19 but I roll a 15, do I have less investigation?
Yes.
Or okay.
Because if you are actively doing something, then it's a different roll. But if it's just if it comes naturally, that's a passive roll. Well, not a passive roll, but a passive stat.
Okay.
So you entering and just looking around the city would be a passive investigation. But you actively going around and looking for something is a roll that you make. Alright, starting with Khalas. You look around, it looks very bare. There are some signs of wants it to be a worship area that's some broken pews remain behind. There are statues that have been crumbled to the point of you can't see what it used to be. And there is an altar that has been broken that is just not in use at all.
There's no signs of like a religious symbol or anything.
None that you can see. Guryev, what are you looking for?
Just like signs of like how long it's been abandoned, or like who is using it now. Like basically just like, I don't know, signs of use.
Okay, so you're trying to get the wear on these broken statues. See how long this wood has been rotting here, just sitting around, and you can tell that though it's ruined, though things are broken inside, it still looks fairly upkept. It looks as if somebody is trying to make it look like it's ruined and abandoned. And
Okay.
Finally, with Delta, you're watching Khalas look at the ruined statues, trying to determine what god or goddess was once here. You watch Guryev examine the pews and the altar to determine what caused like the deterioration and whatnot. And as you're watching them, you're getting like this really unsettling feeling of you're being watched.
Guys, I think we should go.
Well, but that guy was, I mean, he had the symbol of Helm.
Are
So
you sure? Or maybe this whole thing is just a trap? I don't know. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. That's all I have to say.
I mean, all right, we can go
I,
back
uh,
out.
I don't. You said we're being watched. I will kind of lean in and say a little bit softer that there is somebody making this place look abandoned. It is disheveled but too clean. I don't know if there's something that you might be able to say to draw them out, but we could wait for them to have to come out. Or we could
all right.
replace them in
Let's
some
see.
way.
What can I say?
So what is the plan? Just wait and see.
She's trying to think of what she can do.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what I remember.
Yeah?
Let me take a look at my notes if I wrote that guy's name down. Temple of Helm info.
I guess
I
I
didn't-
will.
Write down that guy's name.
I will look around for.
Fail.
I want to look around for like where somebody might be able to hide, or like some kind of door or whatever.
I'm just gonna call out like, hello? We're here, looking for members of the order. I understand that, well, we have information about the, loss of power that happened a year ago.
So, in this space of about, let's say 25 by 50 foot area, Are you standing pretty close to each other? Or are you standing separated around the room?
I would have like walked
Yeah, I
towards one
think
of the walls. and
Guryev
started-
Yeah, I
snuck
I would
off.
imagine we're a little separated.
Is Lena, Khalas, and Delta all together?
Well, I guess if you say it snuck up, I will actually try to. When she calls out, I will try to make myself less visible.
Okay. Is Khalas, Delta, and Lena together?
How far into the room did Khalas go?
I'm at the altar.
Wait.
Okay. Delta would have stopped like a quarter to a third of the way in the room.
Is
and-
my
I guess Lena would probably stay with her.
the mithril doesn't give me disadvantage, does it?
The what?
Does mithril give me disadvantage?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's a lighter metal.
Then I have it. So then I have advantage.
All right. So, as Kalash finishes saying that, I want all of you to make a charisma saving throw.
Ugh, Jesus Christ. I'm rolling so bad.
Pull up Lena here. Hang on.
And Lena as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling it up. I think I need to put numbers into these. Hang on. Unless I put numbers into them, it looks like they don't show up. Charisma. So I'm gonna have to put numbers into all of her skills.
No, just roll the charisma that is 12.
Does that work? I mean, I already.
Yeah, so you don't have
Oh,
to.
I see.
You don't have to put anything into saving throws because she doesn't have proficiency. in
Except
anything.
for the string.
Yeah.
She has proficiency in that one. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So as
Well, the
like-
first roll was an 11.
right after Khalas finishes her statement, like 2 seconds later, you will feel this utter compulsion that you can't tell a lie as a zone of truth pops into each of your areas.
I failed as well.
Yes. As a woman in heavy armor walks out into the open. You have information?
I'm only willing to give this information to members of the order.
Hey, she said no lies.
It's not a lie. I understand that there is a meeting that is being held by members of the Order of the Gauntlet, and I am here to take part in that meeting.
Who do you worship?
I worship Tyr.
Show evidence that you do.
I have my armor that I believe I emblazoned. Well, I have Tyr's symbol because I had purchased the new
420 tier it.
I had purchased the new clothes, so I'm going to like pull out my bag and pull out my vestiges of Tyr.
Okay. And she will look to the other three and say, "Who sent you?"
What was his name?
I mean,
nobody really
technically,
sent us.
we brought ourselves. We were not sent by anyone. You demand that I be completely honest. We are at no one's beck and call.
You do not worship anyone?
Hey, do you really want me to be completely honest about who I worship?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I bid my allegiance to the Raven Queen.
Her expression does not change. She turns back to Khalas, who is attempting to remember something.
You gave a name, didn't you?
I don't think so. I don't think you asked.
Shit.
We just heard from somebody that it was gonna be.
Well, it was a priest at the Temple of Helm, so I'm just gonna say that's like I don't remember his name, but it was a priest at the Temple of Helm in Waterdeep, who, when I went searching for any information about the Order, because we were in Baldur's Gate when the destruction happened, I went to Helm, the Temple of Helm, to try and find members of the Order, because I am looking for Vasid.
One more item of proof. Show me you worship Tyr.
Man, you by the book types are so boring.
Don't you have like some kind of holy symbol?
I mean, that's what's on my vestiges,
it's
is
on
a
her
holy
shield.
symbol. Well, Tyr is not on my shield, I don't think, because that's the holy protector shield.
Do you have any like spells or something
Yes.
that are
Cast
gifted by
Cure of
Tyr?
Ignorance. See if that works.
I worship Tyr. Tyr is my god.
I mean,
I didn't
you are in
realize
the
that
zone of truth.
Hey,
We are in a
he
zone
said-
of truth.
he said this was a Gauntlet meeting, not a slam poetry reading, okay?
Okay, so Vasid's sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
The description, it says it changes appearance based on the user.
Alright.
So when I got the sword, did it change appearance? Or does it look like Vasid's sword?
Where does it say that it changes appearance?
It was in the description. Vasid's sword requires attunement for someone else to use it, of celestial origin, and very few exist. It is a one-handed longsword with an otherworldly silver-colored blade. The edges glow a light blue when swung. The cross guard is relatively wide and colorless, blue, red, and yellow diamonds decorating it. The sword deals additional force damage equal to 1d6 plus your dexterity modifier. Legends say that each time the sword becomes bound to a new master, the shape of it changes slightly. The sword itself is very difficult to master, but it will grow in strength with the user. Celestial Force. On a successful critical hit, this weapon deals an additional 1d6 force damage. Guardless shield. If the wielder of the sword is not using a shield, and has proficiency in acrobatics, they receive a +1 bonus to their AC.
Okay. Do you present the sword?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I hold the sword out, and I'm hoping if it did change and accepted me as its user, that it now has Tyr's emblem on it. Otherwise, it's got Vasid's.
Who did Vasid worship?
Oh God, who did Vasid worship? Let's see her backstory.
Did you?
He was. I did. I had Vasid would be very upset about Khalas's traveling party. He would be battle hardened. He would be very pleased that Khalas finally picked a deity, though, and especially because it's Tyr. Then I posted information about the order, and then he would be pretty high rank in the order, probably rank 4 Vindicator.
So
He was a paladin.
So the only indication of what god it is Tyr.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Scars battled. He's like
So
dad
their
age.
legends say that it changes shape slightly, and in the time that you've had it, you've noticed that it has not changed at all.
Oh, he was a cleric. I thought he was a paladin, but he's a cleric. So it hasn't changed at all. Okay.
I mean, why don't you just say, I worship Tyr? Because
I did. I have said that.
it's the zone of truth. It's not the zone of possibly truth.
Why don't you let the story play out and see what happens?
I mean, I pull out Vasid's sword and just show it like, this is Vasid's sword. I know he was fairly high in the order. And last I saw him, he was in Baldur's Gate helping fight off the demons. But I worship Tyr, and I am not an official member of the order, but I would like to be. It's what Vasid would want. If he's here, that's even better.
She looks to the other three and then back to Khalas and says, hurry inside. Just you though. No one else outside of the order.
But they also have information. They're part of my party.
Only the order may see.
I look at the other three. What do you want to do?
Shrug at Khalas. Actually, I want to. Do I trust this person? I don't know if that's helpful.
Well, this person, you've never seen them before. They are in very, shiny paladin armor.
Are there pews?
Yes, there are some ruined pews in this place.
Can I see the zone of truth, like, circle?
I don't think so.
Alright, I'm
Good
just
night.
gonna walk towards one of the pews and just sit down and pull out one of my books. Start reading it while
Okay.
this happens.
I think the good night train is going by.
Yeah. The good
I
night
heard
train.
it. I heard it. That's why I said goodnight.
Yeah, Marcus came to give me a goodnight hug. And we'll see if the others as well, but
I guess I'll just speak up and say, well, how do we know we can trust you?
If you don't want to follow, stay here. Leave us be.
do
What?
you have, I mean, is this person wearing like a symbol of the gauntlet or a symbol of one of the gods of the order?
There's no indication of who this person worships.
I don't understand the response to my question.
She's just being very curt about it.
I mean,
Are you
I
coming
have
or
no.
not? We need to get started.
Look, all right. If I'm not back in like, how long would a meeting last? Like maybe
Where are you
30
going?
minutes?
Where are you going?
I don't know. I'll follow her. But if I'm not back in 30 minutes,
If I send a message, you can respond. Is that right?
Well, are you the only one that's allowed to go? Is that what she's saying?
Yes.
I think
That is
so.
Quite stupid. Okay, whatever. I will be here. Or do you want us to shadow?
Wait, you have sending as a spell, right?
I have. Yes, I do.
If you use that, she can respond.
Yes.
Okay.
I also have sending.
Wait,
That's fine
she's
then.
like, please help me. And I'll be like, okay, well, I guess we will keep. You just send me your address and I will eventually find it. Don't die. Like, what?
Don't die.
It's quite stupid.
Can I try and roll the persuasion to try and allow like, because they have information too.
Yes.
I mean, you know all of the stuff that we know, right?
I cast suggestion. okay?
Theory. You can let us know or you can come back if you feel unsafe. That's my
Alright.
only concern.
Ah, yeah, that's whatever.
Can I try and like roll a persuasion or something to try and see if the party member, like at least like maybe Guryev, because he's a cleric, can come?
I don't think that they want anyone with my.
Yes, you can roll persuasion.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Like, look, they are my teammates, and they were there with me in Baldur's Gate. And at freaking the one place.
What about her? Pointing to Lena. Is she one of... Does she follow one of the order?
Imagine being discriminated
That's
against
a
because of your
good
predilections.
question.
Yeah, what? I don't know. I don't, I look to Delta.
I don't think so.
So I'll just kind of look to Delta and be like, do you want to leave her behind? Maybe have her hang out here.
I will stay with her. Or perhaps, Lena, perhaps you could find us someplace to stay and come back and meet us outside.
I will go with it.
Well, if you're coming, come. If not, stay. She'll turn and leave the room.
I'll follow. And I assume Delta's following as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you walk into an area you believe used to be a wall, but is now a hallway. Delta, I want you to make a wisdom save. Wow. Alright. So,
Can't stop Delta.
You got something to say?
As you're walking, Delta, you feel something like pulling you back, but you shrug it off and keep going. And the paladin stops walking down the hall, turns, and says, "I said only you can come." This is your last chance. You can either speak to the Gauntlet or you can go.
Oh, I was only going because I thought she persuaded them.
Yeah, I thought that's what I thought too, but I guess not.
No.
Okay,
She
well, if
asked
it's clear
Lena
that.
was part of the order, maybe, but there was.
Oh, I see. I didn't understand. Okay.
I wouldn't have gone then,
Yeah.
if
So
that's
that
the
would've
case.
Just been me.
Okay.
She's gonna be like that.
I mean,
Didn't understand because it made it sound like, like, oh, like, okay, well, what about her?
Yeah, that's.
As in, like,
why-
okay, well, those goods, but is she part of you or is she just a rando?
it was more. Is Lena part of the order? 'Cause she
I see.
might be able to go, but that's it. She didn't indicate that anyone else besides Khalas could go. So Delta, you run off and follow Guryev and Lena.
Yeah.
Okay. As you leave, any last words to Khalas before you go?
So long, sucker. Good luck.
Okay.
I don't think so. Because I would have already told her everything that I knew.
Tell
So.
them the rules are stupid. I want to
Alright.
speak to a manager.
So,
Want to speak to a manager?
Delta turns and quickly goes out of the abandoned temple, and the paladin once again turns down the hall and at a quick pace marches into the unknown.
Do you know?
Alright. Khalas, you make your way following this individual. There are no torches, nothing lighting the way. It just seems like a very long corridor until at some point you feel the ground start to descend and the hall starts to bend to the left, so it starts to do a spiral down into the earth, and you go on this way for maybe like 500 feet, not straight down, not 500 feet straight down, but like as you're walking, and you get to the final bend and you start to see light coming from far off around the corner, and you start to hear murmuring as people talking, chatting amongst each other, and you round the final bend and you see in front of you a large room that has about half a dozen other individuals dressed in either vestments, holy cloth, armor, or lighter, heavy armor and light armor. And you see people are kind of around this center altar. You see the armor of the individual who you saw enter the temple at first. And as you approach the room, you see that everyone turns to look at both you and the paladin woman.
Is there anyone I recognize?
None of these faces are familiar to you. You quickly scan the faces, and some hidden, some not. Nothing looks familiar. This is a strange incident. And the individual here was the person in armor that you saw entering the temple, the lone temple. Speak up first. Say, Osne, I thought I was the last one here. It's time you showed up again. She says, you apparently were not the last one in. We have one more. Please state your name and your affiliation with the order.
Yes. My name is Khalas Nahar. I was a student under Vasid Otam in Baldur's Gate. And him being a member of the order, I was to follow in his footsteps to also join the order, but never had a chance because Baldur's Gate was destroyed. And I was there when it happened.
As was I. But we are needing of a new order to have our meetings. This is not the best part. You had to stay hidden for now. But if we are here, now we can get started. I apologize for being late, but it seems like it wasn't a huge disadvantage with an additional member.
Is there like a spot for me to is there like a chair that's open or?
They're all standing.
Okay, I'll just stand to attention then.
Okay. Though the circle was missing one person, with Asne gone, they kind of rearranged the circle to allow you to join it. Alright, let's get started. Now, we've had reports of individuals looking into cause corruption in the order. We suspect there are some individuals that have already infiltrated the order and are looking to corrupt higher ups as well as recruit new ones to go against our cause. We saw in Baldur's Gate, we are not as prepared for an attack as we once thought. We have lost many in that attack. Those defending, those attempting to retrieve innocents out of there. Some have relocated to Waterdeep, but some have fled down toward Katla, Grimor, Ran, even as far as Zaspor. We might need to figure out where our next location might be. which could be further east, away from the Sword Coast. We should start off and make some suggestions on where. These locations need to be discreet. I don't know who in the order might be against us. The Dragonborn was the one who speak, and he stops and looks around to each individual person, and people are kind of waiting for someone else to speak. The woman, dwarven woman, will speak up. Maybe in Westgate? It's far enough to the east, out of Baldur's Gate's reach, but also not too far into the lovelessness of Angard. It also has good transportation to other cities via road or sea. We could hide out there. More silence. And the orc speaks up. What about Scold? I know it's not the best choice for lawfulness, but it would definitely not be expected to be hidden out there. Also, a good trade route. We could do our best to influence those there to hear our call. Get more of Tyr, Helm, Torm, and Hor's influence there. Try to convert some others towards our cause of preserving life. More silence. The paladin that escorted you in will speak up. I know it's also not the best choice, but Bildubarus, though run by a tyrant, could be easy to hide under. We'd have to see and let people get away with a lot of lawlessness, but that might be a price to pay. It is furthest east away from Baldur's Gate, but it is an option. I've heard that the major cities are looking to extend aid and an olive branch to them. They're trying to recruit more against the cause of what's happened to all of us. Some murmuring. Khalas, is there anything you'd like to say? You don't have to.
So they're trying to stay secret. They're trying to stay hidden.
Yeah.
Right?
Detected spies and turncoats in the order.
Gosh. I mean, there's like several abandoned towns that we've been to. Yeah, I don't think I'll say anything.
Okay.
I know we've been to Westgate, right?
Yes, you have.
And we've been to the Bilbados.
You have not.
That was a
been
place.
far.
Oh, we haven't been that far. Okay. I was like, what was the place that like had the Trump guy? It was like in the desert.
I think that was Skald.
That was Scold. Okay.
If you have a counterpoint, you can make it as well.
No, I have no counterpoint.
Okay. Some murmuring continues. Couple will look at Khalas and kind of expect some more, but then turn back to the Dragonborn. Alright. These are all good arguments. Scold and Bildubars are probably lower. List of places I'd rather be. Westgate. Is Westgate the best option so far? And he'll look around, and you see people holding out their fist, so it looks like the symbol of the order. So, like...
Westgate. Do I remember what Westgate was like?
Westgate was,
It was the really expensive town, right?
no.
Oh.
That was Redancia. Westgate was, like, the town, that you went to, that's where you got your mithril armor. That's
where I got the Snuggies.
Yeah, that's where,
So it was like a decent town.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Westgate sounds reasonable.
That's where Mirasha had her bounty to get the people back.
Oh, right, for the swamp.
Okay. So he looks around. The woman, the orc, the tiefling, this woman, and this individual all hold up their fists to symbolize the order. Do you do so as well?
Yeah, for Westgate, yeah.
He says, "Alright, we will start there, and if we decide Bildubaras or Skuld is a better option, we can always move on. Next, I want to hear everyone's suggestion of what methods we should use to either recruit or fight against this counter play that has come into offer. I think that with the turncoats, those spies we've found, it'd be very hard trusting anyone. Thankfully, we have our methods, but we can always be attacked before we get the truth out. We're looking to recruit through word of mouth. We're looking to look for those who are trying to find aid, or trying to reach out and give aid to those who need it. It'll be a lot easier to find those people in Westgate. There's a lot of pain happening there. But we can no longer rely on the Flaming Fist to help us in this cause. What say all of you? This time it's very quiet. Khalas, do you have anything?
I guess I'll like kind of raise my hand and be like, I'm sorry. So how do you know that there are turncoats in the order?
Yes. I've lost someone very close to myself because of what has happened.
You mean with what happened with the loss of power?
No, with people turning against our order. Someone I knew fell to someone who thought it was better to be against the Order.
Why would they think that?
That is the question. Someone is influencing them from outside.
Do you know who or what?
We have sources, but nothing is concrete.
I would think before. I mean, recruiting is always a good idea, but we should stop whatever is trying to sway our members, our current members, and try and disprove those false accusations or whatever they are. Is it an organization or another religion or?
We have questioned one individual before he took his own life. He said that there were voices in his head. It's not exactly something we can stop. It's just be strong-willed against these. If you have these urges or these ideas that seem to come without any provocation or logic, it's best to ask your specific deity for guidance and to report to any order you might report to any order that you might think you're nearby. If you're near Westgate, more of us will be there, but if you want, I am Messena. If you know, if you can prepare sending, just send me a message, and I will do what I can to get to your location, or summon someone who can help.
I mean, it sounds like there is a great evil that is afoot, that is causing problem and destroying cities, causing like massive amounts of death in places that it never used to be an issue. Like cities, like towns have just been wiped clean.
Yes,
So I would think.
we know of Baldur's Gate.
No, not just Baldur's Gate. There's Star Mantle. Just where everyone was dead and there was a massive swarm of undead. And there was strange weather, and there was Firthingholme, another town, city, a port city, that was destroyed, burned down by a massive demon.
We knew of Starmantle. Starmantle was destroyed before the wipe. But Firthingholme?
There was Firthingholme, there was Sultan Town, there was Rothill, where the only survivors were orphans, 2 orphans. There is things happening, not just in Baldur's Gate, but all around Faerun. And I would think that the Order's job, the reason the Order exists, is to stop whatever is happening, whatever evil this is.
Yes, we know. We're not informed of the other eastern cities. It's beyond our reach, beyond our ears. But we are doing our best to find out what happened and prevent anything else. What happened in Baldur's Gate was devastating. We had no idea that could happen. We thought the demons were subject to the abyss, never to escape unless summoned. But the summoning is never that big. We are aware that there is something happening. That doesn't mean we have any control over what is happening. We are doing our best to figure it out. But there is a reason there are so few of us in this room right now. Because we do not trust him. Because we know these individuals. We know everyone who we can look to for aid. And with that search, with that effort to destroy whatever is happening, regain our hold with Tyr, with Torm, with Hor, with Helm, regain our divine powers connection. Need all of you to go out and discover more. Quell whatever is uprising. Destroy whatever needs to be removed that has taken our knowledge, our connection to our deities. I've spent some time in this temple, crafting this aid for all of you. Though we have one more person here who will need this if she has seen what she says. Have to trust her. To go out and be the fist that strikes down against whatever evil is summoning demons, murdering countless lives. I will forego my creation, make at least one more. But I believe that this will aid you when you truly need it. And he takes his satchel out. Khalas, you see it as a bag of holding. And he reaches in and pulls out an animal horn. It seems to be gilded with gold on either cap, and he is taking one out each for each person and handing it out. And as he's doing so, he says, "If you feel like your last bit of strength is dwindling, or if you feel like you need another burst of holy light, blow this, and you may have a short amount of Tyr's power." And as he hands one to you, Khalas, he halts and holds onto it as you grab it, and says, "We have been secluded, deafened, blinded, ignoring the dangers of the East, focusing on the Sword Ghost. But this is no more. With your knowledge, you may have more of a chance against this evil. Do you have any other information that would aid all of us? Now is the perfect time to say so.
Let's see.
Hold on, let me check my notes. And this is the item.
Neat. Oh, it's got like the Nordic writing on it. That's cool. Sweet. I will when I'll take the horn and I'll like bow, like nod my head, like bow my head, and I will put it in my bag of holding. And then I will say like I only have what I and my fellow party members who were not allowed to be here at this meeting know, and what we've been trying to research and uncover. I know that the demon that attacked Baldur's Gate was called a Baelor. I know that there is something that is targeting religions, not just the gods of the Order. There is something afoot with priests of Umberly. And I know that... Let's see here. I know that I have been told by, before I had found Tyr, a goddess came to me and told me to research a name. And if anyone knows any information about it, that would be very helpful. The name is Sradrovas. And I'll just kind of see if anyone, like, I guess I'll look at everyone and see if, like, there's any reaction. If anyone's heard of this name.
During your talk, everyone shows, like, no emotion. Everyone's stoic. And it seems like really nothing phases these people, except you see that the two individuals on the left here, sort of, when you mention the name, just like sort of just fidget a little bit. And after a moment, Moxdon will step forward and say, I do know that name. Though it is mostly lost by legends. It is the name of a mind flayer. Ancient sorcerer looking to break off from its hive mind. But I'm not sure if you are correct in this, because Shradravas was slain 300 years ago. You said a goddess spoke to you this name?
Yes. I would say it was about, 9 months ago when my party were sailing on the ship, and I had a dream of Selune, goddess of the moon, telling me to look for Sradravas, research this name.
That is great information. I would suggest everyone look into the underdog. Look for the mind flayers. They did not accept him. This is why he broke off. But he was slain. So any research that has anything to do with him the past 300 years would be vital.
If you do say or see anything, let me know and I will send everyone else a message. Spread the information.
Be careful though. He was powerful. He was attempting to gain more power than possible. There are those in the past who have studied magic stronger than anyone has ever possessed. He was definitely seeking it.
He was a sorcerer, you say?
Before he died, yes.
All right. Well, this is great information. It seems that few places, libraries, guilds, what have you, don't know of him. But how many of you were in Baldur's Gate
It's possible that you were not looking in the right spot, and that is why libraries would not have had that specific information.
Where is a proper place to look?
I'm saying that if you were to look in the Underdark or the Mind Flayer section, more of darkness that we don't dwell into, you might find more.
All right. That's good information.
As for Baldur's Gate, I was there. I saw what happened.
Do you know why they were taking the bodies? Or an idea, a hypothesis?
I don't like it. But if Glyphria is saying the truth, as such of us is a being seeking higher strength, powerful magics, it is possible that bodies can be used to create an army. An army bending to your will. A dead mind is a lot easier to control than a live one. But that would also coincide with him being dead for so long. If he has shown up again, we're facing a necromancer.
Then would that not mean that you would also want the destruction of the Order, who are typically the only army capable of dealing with the undead?
It would also make sense that whoever is infiltrating is using these psychic voices to control those in the order, turn us against each other. Has anyone here had any strong influences in necromancy? Everyone kind of like looks at each other. Oh, yeah. This magic we cast has to be necromancy occasionally. We do all what we can to bring our loved ones back to life, but nothing at that scale. Well then, we do know a lot more information now. These small hints have indicated who to look for and by what means. With Khalas's suggestion, possibly do less to recruit, though we might need other deities on this. The Order is no longer a police force. We can't take an army.
But we could use allies. Because if they are destroying...
Sorry, can you repeat all that? My headphones broke.
Yeah, I just chime in, like, we may not be an army, but we are capable of gaining allies. If this is truly a powerful enemy that is building an army, a massive army, and wiping out towns and cities, then now is the time to let go of our prejudice of anyone outside of the Order and to join forces with, you know, the Adventurers Guild members and the people of other sects. I know that my comrade, who is a worshipper of the Raven Queen, said that they were not involved with this, but any competition to the Raven Queen is seen as an attack or a declaration of war against the Raven Queen. So perhaps we could gain allies, temporary, to fight off this great evil.
Everyone,
I don't know. Just a thought.
Considers what is said, ponders. Very little emotions shown, but they all like just look around at each other, considering this option. So we do not want to do that. That might be our best course of action. Same cause. We do not know if any other deity has had their ranks infiltrated.
but it is safe to assume they have. Do we continue to look for those on the Sword Coast, or are we focusing, broadening our horizons to the east, far east, or central? I think we take what we can, but be careful about it. Be mindful. Don't keep your mind open, but not too open. And if we ever hear the voices, like our comrades have, maybe see if we can focus and gain knowledge of who is speaking. Mind is a two-way doorway. They can reach in, know what we're thinking, we can reach back. There's a little bit of nodding in consideration of this.
I will also nod. Sounds reasonable.
Well, we may have a small group of people head to Westgate, establish our base. You know the signs. Keep an eye out for them. I will go south, back to the forests. It is not the best place for civilized deities, but maybe survival will be a good motivation for those down there. I will lead the charge in Westgate, establish our home base. I will head to the north. I know that the people there are more self-righteous, but like you said, survival is a good motivator. I'll do what I can to motivate those there. Everyone nods.
I will chime in and I know I'm not an official member of the order, and I'm not sure if any of you are here are able to allow me to join officially.
But you hold the sword of Tyr. How are you not a member?
This was my my teacher's sword. As I had said, Vasid Otum, I knew he was a cleric of the order, and he was the one that raised me and taught me. And he was to deem if I was worthy to join officially once I had found my god. But whether it is now or in Westgate, if I am to become an official member, I will still work with the Order and continue to investigate and gather information as I travel, finding these items and destroying them.
I think this is a good time to
have you become official? You already holding the sword? You got a horde of deer? You all remember?
All right. Sweet. Am I a cheval? The ranking order of the Gauntlet ranks. It's cheval, rank 1, rank 2, Marchion. There you go. White Hawk, Vindicator, Righteous Hand. When you become rank 1, a cheval, it says this is the rank a character receives when first joining the Order of the Gauntlet. For more information on the general benefits of this rank, refer to factions, and it says receive your faction's insignia. The insignia of the Order of the Gauntlet is a silver pendant depicting the Blade of Retribution held in place by the Gauntlet of Justice.
Well, I was gonna say a little bit higher, but if you want to be a cheval, it's on you.
I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever I am worthy of. I will always follow Tyr and his guidance, as well as what the Order deems a threat.
I think our biggest threat is this force. This mind flare. These influences from the Underdark. Wonder if these influences have delved deeper into the abyss, which is the explanation for demons.
Did we go into the Underdark with the Beholder?
Briefly, yes.
So that was kind of in the Underdark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of.
It's a
Men-
layer below. It's a series of tunnels and caverns that are below the surface.
Okay. I only briefly went into the Underdark and was betrayed by a client and was attempted to be a sacrifice for a beholder, but instead we killed the beholder. The Underdark is a very dangerous place, and that was just briefly underneath it. Do you have any advice for going into the Underdark?
I bet you got a really good trophy for that.
Oh, yes. And we made sure there was some sort of ritual or something. But we made sure to kill it away from the ritual.
That's a good
Which was
choice.
great.
If you ever have a chance, I'd like to see your trophy that you got for it. I'm collecting myself, as it were.
A trophy?
Trophies.
He's asking if we brought the head back.
Oh.
Or an eye stock or something.
Oh, I don't think we did. I don't think
we didn't
saved
have
any
enough
of the
room with all
parts.
the
No. I mean, you could still boast. You're not in the zone
yeah,
of truth
I mean-
anymore.
with a huge tracts of land.
I
Oh,
mean,
that
that's
kind of
not a
beholder.
lie.
I don't see a lot of those kinds around.
Behold these nuts.
There's beauty in that beholder.
Wow, that person's lights are so bright, Amanda. Look, it looks like daylight in the window.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of I
Right.
Rain check.
gratefully accept and I am grateful that the order has accepted me as a
nice.
member.
No ceremony for you.
Yeah, do I get like, is there like anyone that has like a blessing or has a token or anything?
I mean, you got a really cool item, so
I got the
I think
sword,
that's-
yeah.
They could
And the
knight you
horn.
with the sword.
Oh, and the horn. Does the horn have the symbol of the gauntlet on it? Or
Yes.
the order?
Yes, it does.
How much is the horn worth? But you can buy a better one.
I mean, we're like millionaires, so
And Khalas,
I don't like this Mark Zuckerberg looking guy over here.
What?
Like, it's like, yeah, all these people look like cool people, and then Mark Zuckerberg. If anyone's to betray anyone, it's definitely that guy.
Well, it sure is not the elephant.
you have a character, an NPC character in your handout thing, Khalas, that you can
This
see
guy kind of looks.
what the paragon is. And then
In handouts?
in PCs.
This guy kind of looks like Benedict Cumberbatch.
That'd be cool if Benedict Cumberbatch played.
Or
Titan.
Spock or Sylar.
I don't remember his name.
Where's PCs? Oh, PCs.
This is what the guy looks like.
Oh, who's he?
That's the paragon.
What's a paragon? I thought it was a bird. I'm an idiot.
What?
Okay.
Where'd they go? You said they walked away. Who? Well, you said the Paragon.
And with these last words of Khalas becoming a member,
Indoctrinated.
the Dragonborn finally says, I wish you all well, good health, and may the gods be with you.
Well, a good
You
night.
hear-
And also with you.
you hear everyone just say, and also with you.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
And the circle kind of like breaks up as people either turn to speak to each other or walk out of the large room.
Right. I will send a message. Just sending. Send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. I'm gonna send this to Delta,
So
and
as,
I'm gonna.
as you're starting your spell, you hear a voice in your head telling you that messages cannot be sent from this location.
Damn it!
We're sorry. The person you were trying to reach cannot be located.
It cannot be. Is not available at this time. Please try again.
When you have left this location.
I was just like, dang it. And I will also like. So that guy said his name was Messena.
Yes.
Messena.
Senna. MEC.
Mas-
Who with a C?
MEC.
And his name was Messena!
It kind of looks like John Cena. I was gonna say, like, we got Mark Zuckerberg, John Cena. No, I thought it was this guy.
No, the Dragonborn.
Oh, the Dragonborn is missing it. He was the one that was talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
He
it was
the
this
one
guy.
That was leading
Oh, okay. Messena, the Dragonborn. What was he, a paladin?
You couldn't really tell.
And his name is John C.
Yes, that.
Oh, he definitely would have, like, just... He enters the room and just trumpets. And his name was Messena! Messena the Dragonborn. I'm just gonna label him as leader of the order.
Cult leader.
Current, not a cult. Current leader of
Only
the...
members are allowed to this secret group.
That's what they all say.
That's
He's
something.
not a cult.
That's something a cult member would say.
Not a cult, not a cult. Just very secretive about their location and gods because they're paranoid that they are being destroyed.
That someone is out there trying to stop them from doing their thing of
Destroying evil.
their vision of evil. Yes.
Their vision of evil. I mean, their vision of evil is, you know,
Pretty evil.
pretty evil. Things that are evil.
Yeah.
So did you want to speak with anyone before you go? Did you want to just say fuck this shit, I'm out?
Well, I was going to try and
Make new friends, Khalas.
Make noob friends.
I mean, I guess I would talk to, because who was the guy that said he was in Baldur's Gate? This one?
No, the Dragonborn.
Oh, Messena. All right, I'm gonna go talk to. Shit. I'm gonna go talk to Messena.
This entire time when he's been talking, you've just been looking at the guy next to him.
I've been looking at this guy,
You're like,
and I was
oh,
like,
man,
oh yeah,
I can't take
He's
my
kinda
eyes off
cute.
him.
and then every now and then just glaring at this guy, and he's probably like, what the fuck? I don't even know who that is. It's like, you know who you are. Fuck
You
you.
know what you did.
You know what you did. You destroyed this
You know who
society.
you look like.
Yeah, fucking bastard.
Yeah, I'm gonna approach Messena. And I'm gonna be like, so, I know you said you were in Baldur's Gate. I was just curious if you had seen any other members of the Order, escape Baldur's Gate.
I have not. I was doing my best to help others out while defending against the demon invasion. I understand that not everyone made it out, and that is partly on us for not seeing that this was coming. But if we had known, could we have actually stopped it? Could we have prevented the genocide of an entire city?
Do you trust the portals?
No. No, after what I saw. I've seen some things.
I saw a guy attached to the butt of the biggest demon fly off.
Was he part of your
No,
group?
Althea, my nail.
Oh, I can't finish it.
Okay,
Oh,
I
God.
fixed it.
Only after the demon had shat himself.
Yeah, you actually did.
Trying to do my nails. Oh boy.
Oh my God.
There was
I had
some brave who attempted to prevent the demons from doing any harm by latching onto them, but I'm not sure if that was any good in the end.
He made a brave attempt. I'm sure at least he's keeping the demon at bay. His name was
John!
Rhaegar. John Cena.
That's my name.
Stop.
Ah,
I don't want to have to do this over again.
Damn it. Okay. His name was Rhaegar Valmor. He was a paladin of Helm. And I knew that there were others. My teacher, Vasid, fought off demons so that I and my comrade could escape. But I wasn't sure if you had seen him or anyone else around escape as well.
my apologies, but I did not.
I don't think Vasid would have died. He's, very strong, very capable. So I'm sure he's just somewhere out there.
Have you tried sending him a message? If he's
Have
out
I?
there still.
No, you have sending.
I think I just recently got sending, so I just
That
was
is
never
true.
able to.
I think you.
You know what? I will definitely try that.
New spell, who dis?
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Well-
he's like blocked my sending message.
Guryev, if you didn't already have inspiration, you would have gotten it then.
You should have used it for the summary.
Oh my god. My voice is shaking. Okay. Catch my breath. I will try that. I expected to see him here. But perhaps he is somewhere else. But you said I could message you if I had any questions or needed to give you more information. If I found anything new. Add you
Yes.
to my contact list.
If you know of any information or if you see anything useful, send it to me and I will relay the message to everyone else.
All right, I'll do that. Again, thank you for allowing me to partake in this meeting.
It was
And-
last minute, but your information was vital.
Who was the lady that? I guess I'll just ask him. I was like, who was the lady, the one that said that they would go and establish in Westgate?
He'll gesture to the woman talking to Mark, and say, as Asne said she would lead others to that city, establish the home.
All right, I will go talk to her to see if there's any resources, anything she might require. Thank you for your time, and I will, bow my head.
Good luck in wherever you go.
Yeah, we're on our way to go destroy artifacts. Hooray! And I will go approach Asne. And I will be like, excuse me. I understand that you are going to set up the new headquarters in Westgate. Is this correct?
Yes. She kind of like, as you approach, she folds her arms and like turns, kind of a defensive position. Yes, that is where we decided to go. It's not as far as I'm known to go, but it's somewhere.
I would like to make a donation to help rebuild the headquarters for the order, and I will hand her the 3 platinum that I have.
She'll take it and like look at you and say, "Your donation is very gracious."
I have more. At my residence in Waterdeep. If you require more funding or any other kinds of materials or anything, please let me know. Send a message, and I will get it to you.
This will cover a lot, so don't worry too much about funding. But again, thank you for the donation.
What do I remember about Westgate? Like, was there anything kind of shady about it, or like, is there anything I can like? Hey, just watch out for this.
Westgate was pretty chill and cool. It was like a lot like the Sword Coast major cities, while the area was around it was like farmland and just expensive tourist locations.
Was that where the masked individual was that we tried to follow?
That was in Darloon, which is across the water from it. But it
From
is
Westgate?
nearby.
Isn't Westgate where we met Gwen?
No. You met Gwen in Velprintalar, which is across the
right.
sea.
Or well, but that's where we ended up after the ship. Is that right?
Yes.
Westgate.
You traveled
We
to
took the ship
Westgate,
Okay.
went north
what I
to the vast swamp, met up with Boro and Mirasha, and then went back to Westgate to gather rewards for those side quests.
That was where we had the money from the goblin pile. And we got to spend some of it in Westgate.
Yes.
But there was like, it was limited shopping. But okay, so the masked individual was in the town across the river from Westgate?
Darloon.
Darloon. So I'm just going to say like, kind of lean in and kind of lower my voice and be like, there is something shady going on in Westgate, so be very careful. At least not in Westgate yet that I know of. But in Darloon, across the river from Westgate, there was an individual that was masked that was watching us. And they seemed very capable of using magic, I think, and escaping.
What did the mask look like?
It looked like a bird. Because that's what it looked like, right? It was like a plague doctor mask. Is plague doctors a thing?
It was sort of like a plague doctor. The beak was longer, but yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just like, it looked almost like a bird's skull. Or it had a long beak-like face, and it had large eyes that were blacked out. You couldn't really. It was strange. And they were watching us, and then when we realized they were watching us and went after, they disappeared.
That's good information. Thank you for the warning.
Of course.
This might
And
sway the group to avoid Westgate in the future. We might go further east. But we will keep an eye out, and of course a low profile.
Good. That is good to hear. And I'm sorry about earlier. We were just they have my party members. We're used to being together all the time. So.
But you now understand why
I do.
we are so
yes.
careful.
And I will be sure to make sure that they understand that there's no hard feelings.
I know you're close with them, but keep an eye out. And don't say too much. That is my warning to you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Again, let me know if you need anything else. Financially to help build the headquarters.
She bows her head slightly. We will. You said your name was Khalas?
Yes, Khalas Nahar.
Alright, I will send you something if we need it.
I will bow my head and take my leave to go back after Delta Guryev.
Okay. The individuals are starting to break off one by one and head back out of the lower part of this temple. The orc will tell you, be careful not to go out all at once. Don't want people investigating places they shouldn't. You go first. I'll be out in a couple minutes. Good luck to you.
I will. I guess I get to go out first then? Is that how it is?
You head out.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just, again, nod my head and continue out.
Okay. So you head out into the bustling streets of Neverwinter once more.
And then I will, once I'm able to, I'll send a message to Delta. And I'll say, meeting's over. Have a lot to talk about. Did you guys find an inn?
Yes, they did. They found...
Do I get to reply?
Yes, you.
Okay.
Can let you know what piece you found.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
You found a rather well-furnished inn, not too spendy, but also not too squalid, called the Lucky Adventure Lodge.
I'll respond. Glad you're okay. Lucky Adventurer Lodge, and then I'll spend like whatever words I have left to kind of tell her where it is a little bit.
Okay.
Right there.
Alright. Cool. So you follow the advice and head off to find this inn. So I think that's a good place to end it. It was shorter tonight, but actually, do you want to just like roleplay what information you found, and what you want to do next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you find the inn. It's a single-story stone building. It seems to be well kept, and it's very much like a lodging you would find in the forest, kind of like when you go to a campground and there's a big building that has all the good stuff, the mess hall and whatnot. It's kind of like that. It's very homey and has a nice feel to it. You enter the first part isn't the main lobby with the counter, a person gathering, making reservations and whatnot. First part you enter is a grand hall that is a dining area with a bar on one side. It's bustling, a lot of people are in here enjoying food, and you see the three of them are at a table. What table would you have picked? Would you have picked like a center table or a side booth area?
Play aside for you.
Okay. You managed to see Delta, Guryev, and Lena enjoying food at a window seat.
Go take my place. Sit down.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, we're friends now, are we? Who said you could sit at our table? You're not a member of this group.
This is the not a member of the Order and Gauntlet table.
This is the unaffiliated.
Mm-hmm. The order of the Gauntlet table is over there in the middle.
Don't be like that. I mean, you're part of the Adventurers Guild. Good if you're part of whatever the Raven Queen is.
It was being sarcastic. It's fine.
I have information. And I got a name. I got information about the name.
I thought you already had a name.
Well, I had the name, and I got information about the name.
What more information do you need about your own name?
Not my name. About the Stradrovas.
God, why are you being so gosh darn convoluted?
All right. And I basically tell them everything that, like, I hold nothing back. I tell them everything.
They're your
Pours her
friends.
heart
Why would
out.
you hold anything back?
Yeah.
Pours her heart out.
I pour my heart out.
They give me a cool horn, and I'm part of the ranking. I'm renowned in there now.
Well, yeah, what was my ranking?
Cheval.
Cheval.
+1 for not being power hungry.
When she says that, I will stand up and bow in the presence of greatness. Oh, forgive me. I did not know that you were royalty.
I'm not royalty. It's
Seems like it.
just a ranking. It just means I'm an official
you're
member.
saying that you are ranked higher than me. Is that what you're saying?
Are you a member of the order? Or blah blah blah?
I could if I wanted to be.
Then you should have
We need
been
to
there.
address you as your majesty now.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
No, it's just a
Your
title
royal-
in the order.
Or sir, or ma'am.
Your royal mamness.
Do they call female knights ma'am? Is that a thing, or are they just all sirs?
It's a trick question. They don't exist. How to cast silence.
Ma'am, the
Roll.
Dude.
Cast.
Sure.
You're
Yes.
honorable man.
As far as I know, it's not even like a title. It's just like my rank in the order. I don't even get a title. I'm not even like Knight Khalas or anything.
I mean, you could
Your day
give yourself
Khalas.
a goddess.
I'm
You,
Khalas.
you could give yourself a title. You could be Chevalier.
Chevalier.
Sommelier.
Sommelier. I know everything about wine.
Ask me about my vineyard.
Oh my god.
What's that dumb movie that's from? Like, ask me about my wiener.
What?
Yeah.
Was that like? Was that
it's
it,
the one where they-
dude? Where's
it's
my
the-
car?
No, it's the one where they fake that they have a college.
Oh, yeah, they created a fake.
Accepted. Yeah.
Yeah, they created a fake college and like classes and stuff.
Yeah, and it's Jonah Hill is out there in a wiener, like a costume
Hot dog.
for his hazing. Yeah.
But yeah, so I tell them everything about like, you know, how they're like being really secretive because there's something trying to destroy the order. And this name, Stradravas, is the name of a legend of a mind flayer, a very powerful mind flayer. But he was defeated. He was destroyed 300 years ago.
By who?
Just don't know. That's something I have to look into.
Thoroughly
have to research.
destroyed or destroyed with an option to be revived
I
at a later
think-
date?
That one. Because if they said that if it is if Stradravas is trying to be revived, then we are no longer dealing with a sorcerer, which is what he was, but a necromancer. Which would explain why the demons are collecting
He's
bodies.
the one being revived. I don't think that makes him the necromancer, does it?
We're dealing.
Possibly not, but apparently
A necromancer. sure.
mind flayers are very powerful creatures that are able to control things by their mind, and it is much easier to control the undead than it is the living.
Man.
Hence the body collection.
Yes.
Hey, well,
And-
it's much easier to control the undead when they are your creations. I don't know about
Then can something control the mind flayer and use the mind flayer's abilities to control the undead?
in my experience,
In
most
theory.
abilities die with the body. They just become reanimated flesh.
It's something that we'll have to look into. They advised, one of the members there advised looking into mind flayers and the Underdark. Because
I am
there is a
familiar
chance.
with mind flayers.
Pardon?
I said I am familiar with mind flayers.
So have you heard of Stradravas?
I don't know, have I?
Make a history check.
Ooh.
Guryev has the
Are
same
you?
information that I've been searching for like the last year.
Yeah, why didn't you mention the name earlier?
Fuckers!
Ungrateful bastard.
Never listen to me.
Oh, like she's actually been mispronouncing it, so I had just no idea what they.
I had been saying Sardo Ross, and you're like, oh, Oh, Sradrovas. Yes.
It's we're buddies. We go back very far.
Way back.
I have his address. I was his best man at his wedding.
Oh, I did this funeral.
I was the one who killed him.
I am Stradravas.
It was very
Joe,
brief.
how
He
are
suddenly
you?
raised from the dead.
I am Rasputin.
Guryev takes off his beard and it's a mind flayer. Oh, this is what Salud was talking about. One of the party members would betray us.
His beard is the mind flayer?
No, like
It's the tentacles.
it's the longest of cons.
He was the bad guy all along. I knew it.
I was Sradrovas.
So what do you know about Sradrovas? Sradrovas. Gosh, you really have to have a Guryev accent to say it.
Well, you would know, Mind Flayer is a very tight-knit group. It's rare that any of them would break off, and
They-
if they do so, it is very disrespectful.
They
When he breaks off.
kind of they are not cliquish, but they don't really leave, not necessarily home, but their hive per se. And it's not the right word, but they're very territorial, but don't really
Get
leave
out
the Underdark.
much?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yes. So it's odd for them to be not ambitious, but ambitious.
I guess Sradrovas was, though,
He might.
wanted to leave the hive mind or whatever it was.
I mean, it could have been that he was. I mean, he could have been entangled in any one of the things that are down the Underdark. If he came across a beholder that decided to become pals with. Beholders, they tend to have a hard time being satisfied with what they have. They're very jealous creatures.
You mean like the one we killed?
Yes,
That was in the Underdark?
yes.
So you're saying we have to go back there?
I don't think we have to go back to that particular place, but I'm saying that
I mean, there's a bunch of money that we left behind. All
And
the,
the woman.
all the copper and silver. Well, that was the other thing too, was that Beholder was in the Underdark, and there was some sort of, remember, there was like some sort of circle or something underneath it.
yes, maybe we should go back and investigate. I don't think we ever. I kind of looked around at the sigils, but I don't think I ever like tried to discern what they did. It might be worth investigating
Well, that was
This-
something.
to see what the ritual would be about, or maybe send somebody back there, somebody that we can trust, that would know more about it.
Well, what they advised was to investigate the Underdark and investigate mind flayers. Whether that's in person or just trying to find what we can, I guess that's up to us. The new headquarters for the Order is to be in Westgate. I let them know they had no idea really about what was happening in the east side of Faerun, about the destroyed towns. They had heard of Starmantle, and they had heard of
Yes, like I was saying earlier, they are somebody that you know about, but
There is so much, not corruption, but scattered evil in the East that it's very hard for them to gain a set foothold.
Right now, they're just trying to figure out, because if there is a mind flayer or something that is controlling a mind flayer and perhaps using necromancy with the dead bodies, they are building an army, hypothetically. The Order is in no shape or form to be able to take on this army. And so they are trying to get more members that are trustworthy and try and cull the herd that are leaving the Order or betraying the Order. But I did mention that now is the time to allow allies to join forces against whatever is happening.
I would say that if they are trying to undermine the Order, they have done a very good job if they are hiding already.
Sounds like it. Very distrusting. The Order are typically made up of paladins and clerics. And, I mean, as you know, we clerics and paladins are kind of the only ones that are able to fight against the undead. So perhaps there is something... I mean, you've checked the Temple of Raven Queen, and you understand that the Raven Queen is displeased with whatever's happening with the undead, correct?
Yes.
So do you think other members of the other worshippers of the Raven Queen would join forces to keep the dead dead?
Is that the whole point of Raven Queen?
That's what I thought.
Or is that just Guryev?
That is more me. Let's say it's a customized interpretation of the Raven Queen's wishes. She makes deals with people for their souls. And she does not like people intervening in those matters. There are significantly more people willing to make deals than a lot of people would expect. I guarantee you there's a significant amount of people who have been affected by the recent developments by association her plans. Consequently.
Are most followers of the Raven Queen clerics, or are they necromancers amongst the worshippers?
That I can genuinely not say. It is normally a special breed of person who is rather opportunistic. I don't think that really leads to them being one profession or another. It could be, who knows, a bounty hunter looking to find somebody skipping out on their promise. The cleric as myself, in the order of life and death as it should be. Do not say, brother.
Does the Raven Queen have a name?
Uh, I mean, I assume so. She's I think she was Feywild. Can't remember. It's something about like dark elves, like. Let's see. Yeah, no, it didn't say. At least not that I can find.
Well, with that, I think that was kind of everything. Yeah, that was kind of everything that I mean, okay, so with this, we'll head back to Neverwinter. Or, excuse me, we'll head back to Waterdeep. And then where are we headed next? What are we thinking?
Thought we were heading east.
Headed east to deal with this dragon horn?
And then
All right.
to desert, was it? For that artifact?
The glove up north. Yeah. And are we purchasing a wagon or horses or anything when we get back to Waterdeep?
Well, I mean, I don't think we need to purchase it. You have a horse. I have a lizard. Guryev can get a free horse. I guess we should probably get for Lena. And then a wagon if we want it.
I guess it's if we need a wagon. I don't really know that we need one if we all have horses. Especially if you're able to cast shelter for us. And we're not going to be, capturing pets or anything.
That's what you think.
Maybe we should get some Pokeballs just in case.
Get some Pokeballs so we can capture those rock creatures. Capture the dragon that's wanting its horn back. All right. Cool. Are we staying here for the day? Are we staying here for tonight?
Yes. I think that was the plan.
How much have you guys already paid for the rooms?
No.
No, you just thought
Have we?
Wait.
I mean, we probably would have talked to them about it. I just don't know how much it would be. Yes.
The 75 silver per room.
Oh, what, like 3 gold total?
You want 3 rooms?
Okay.
Or 4 rooms?
4 rooms, yeah. Let's do that.
We don't want to share rooms.
Nope.
You're gonna have to share a
Okay.
house soon.
All
Deal with
to
each
myself.
To my things.
I think I would also say that so
one of the other things about the Raven Queen is that it's kind of like you watch The Witcher.
Yeah.
Did you watch the second season?
Yeah.
The witch in the cabin.
Yeah. Baba Yaga.
Kind of. That's kind of also the Raven Queen, where she not necessarily feeds off of, but she kind of feeds off of like strong emotions. But then also,
Desperation.
but also like the player handbook, I think, or the dungeon, I can't remember. One of them says something about trinkets. That like she likes to collect from living people that are like tied to strong memory, stuff like that. So I don't know. I kind of also, it's kind of like Guryev's interpretation of like her motivation is like that she trades people power, or like not necessarily like a
Like she collects things,
not like
but
a
they're not
warlock
necessarily
patron,
physical.
not like a warlock patron, but you know, like she makes deals with I don't know, not really makes, I don't know, something like empowers people, or lives vicariously through them, I guess is the best way to put it.
She's probably
And is
like the most warlock patron of any deity, but
yeah,
still not that.
yeah. I would say if you want a deity to like worship, but you're not gonna like actually sell your soul to them per se, and you're getting rejected by all the other places because you're normally not a good person, then like the Raven Queen's your go-to, because she doesn't discriminate.
Was Orcus an important name?
It's a name that came up.
Yeah, so in like the Forgotten Realms thing, it says one of the Raven Queen's greatest enemies was the demon Lord Orcus, who constantly sought control of the Shadowfell. Is that like her domain, is the Shadowfell?
So the history of her is she tried to become a god, and she kind of did, but it backfired in a way to where she basically became like the god of the Shadowfell. And she lost her body, so she's incorporeal, and like can show herself to people in various forms, most of the time as a woman, sometimes as animals. But she has no true form anymore.
Shadowfell is one of the alternate realms. Like Hell and Celestia. And also, Guryev would know the Raven Queen's dislike for
Because that was a name that came up. I remember because it was like Orcus. Because, you know, you can't trust orcas.
Of course.
So that's why I was like, oh, but it's mentioned here. Okay, cool.
Guryev, as
Well-
you are having your conversation, you feel a slight buzzing in your pocket. It's going,
Okay.
Oh, you have it on. You have it on.
Yeah.
Vibrate, huh?
Yeah. I'll. I don't know. It's in your hand. It's like it comes in your head, right? So if I touch
Yeah.
it, it's just.
It's just
Yeah. So I'll just put my hand in my pocket and lightly touch it.
Put it on silent.
Yeah.
you get
Well,
this
no,
message in your head. Sent it through Discord.
Okay. I'll kind of close my eyes as like I listen to the message, and I'm kind of assuming that I kind of stopped like a half sentence, whatever we're talking about, and then when I open my eyes again, it is as we thought, that the body that we of that undead creature that was summoned from the dead. They said it was wearing vestments of the Umberly.
Well, that's where they said the creature had come from when I went and investigated, that it came from the Umberly stall. And that it's... Oh, God.
There
Was
was
the only-
that.
Yeah, the Balashar
That-
was the only one that ran the Umberly.
No. There was a guy that I ran into who asked about Umberly, and I gave him directions to Umberly.
What did he look like?
What did he look like?
Do you remember?
Bueller.
Does Amanda remember? No. Does Delta? Probably. A little bit.
Roll a history. That's what you do.
There we go. I
Alright.
finally.
Delta remembers.
There you go. I finally found the thing that I was talking about. Oh,
Oh, my God, is hot. He looks
Yeah.
like a buff Santa.
What? You guys are determined to ruin my nails today. Middle of painting my nail. Buff Santa.
So
Oh
this
my
is
God.
what the guy looked like. Since you remembered so vividly, you were able to describe him very well.
it
Yep,
looks like
he
has
looked
no,
like that.
Buff Santa has no eyes or fingers. Is he missing a hand?
Yeah, he's missing a hand. He's got a stump for a hand.
That's why his symbol is the fist?
No, his symbol is, here, I'll make my profile picture it.
Maybe that's where the fist came from. It's his
Hmm.
fist.
His
But
It's
he
a-
doesn't have a hand anymore.
His
It's
sword
a
has
hammer.
a mustache. Oh,
So his symbol is a hammer, with a, scale on it because he's the god of justice. But so you remember what the guy, so there was a guy that was asking you for where the Umberly thing.
He was asking about Balashard, if I remember correctly. And so I told him where to find him, but also not to expect much because he tricked us into fetching his belt from the desert. And he just kind of went on his way. Didn't I meet him in the mage area
Yes.
coming back from the library?
Oh. Well, when I had gone to investigate where the body had come from, they had said it came from Umberly, from the booth of Umberly. And when I tried to call out for Balashard, it was all locked up. And there was no response, and people there said that they tried to avoid Balashard because he was weird.
are we?
Maybe the guy killed Balashard and then he locked up the building so nobody could find out.
Did anyone,
After he summoned the thing.
did
Well,
anyone
I know-
investigate the body and if it had a belt.
I don't.
Oh.
But I was saying
Oh.
my fuck. It was something because of being on Farthingholm and then the other city, Bull something. I can't remember, on the other lake or the other sea. Umberly was like, I thought, unless it's different, I thought it was like a sea god.
Yeah, Umberly's a sea god. She's a bitch. Like she's called like the bitch of the sea
So
because she's like a chaotic evil god.
So somebody like a dead sailor or like a priest of Umberly got resurrected.
Well, that's what somebody was, one of you was saying, was that maybe it was Balashard. I think that's what Althea was alluding to when she said, did anybody check if the body had a belt?
Yeah, the body might be Balashard because Balashard was kind of the only one that ran that booth. My God is my God.
Oh dear God!
What if God was one of us? Just a zombie on a bus.
A zombie on a bus? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Anyway, Althea, did you see the thing that I sent you from the Player's Handbook excerpt?
Sorry, I'm like my vision's getting weird.
Too much laughing?
No, like tunnel vision. Okay. The name of the god of death is long forgotten, but she is called the Raven Queen. Patron of winter.
Yeah, she was like an ice mage.
Watch for the cults of Orcus, and stamp them out whenever they arise. Orcus was...
Yeah. Anyway, like I remember reading that when I was creating my character, and I was like, oh, that kind of fits well with his like his motivations. And then for the longest time, I couldn't figure out where I'd read the part that was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Where did I read Orcus?
You termites recently?
No, like Orcus. It was in my notes, I think, somewhere. Well, anyways, anyone remember the body having a belt?
I don't know. I rolled pretty bad on an investigation or something.
Can I roll a history?
Well,
Or I guess
don't-
we'll head back to Neverwinter.
Hold on. I have keen mind. It was less than a month ago. Did the body have a belt?
You did not see him.
Okay.
So, something's up with Umberly. And Balashard. I knew he was bad. Knew he was someone to not be trusted. I guess we'll be heading back to Waterdeep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yar.
I'm fine calling it here because my eyes are getting, I don't know, my vision's being weird.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm starting to get a migraine.
Learned a lot of things, and have a good place to head next time. Next time on
On
Dragon Ball Z.
dragon, 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 dragon.
We go and find the dragon.
Yes. And get your wishes.